you lose the quiet game.
Okay, hey everyone, welcome to the Aurorian Age, episode number, what is it now? 18.
Really?
And yeah, we're on 18 already. Has it been that long, Memo?
Did you have to take your shoes off to figure that out, Deuce?
That still wouldn't help because I'm missing a couple things.
Did not need to know that.
Well, accidents are accidents. And tonight we'll go by size of beard for introductions. Me with the peach fuzz. I am Deuce, of course. We have Memo.
Hey, folks.
We have Tyr from Omega Ascended.
What's up, guys?
And we have the Beard, otherwise known as Bear.
How's it going, everybody?
Well, I know things are a little different tonight because Tyr's over here with us, and I was told that actually there's people in Grievance that know that I haven't moved to the east side. So I had to bring some backup just in case the west side got a little rowdy in the cast tonight. But Tyr is my new guild leader for ArcheAge, but I am still 100% Grievance. Just not in this game. We are still aligned with him and everything, and love him to death. But so, how's everything been going this week, guys?
This week, I made some more bricks this week. I made bricks today, as a matter of fact. I hit 90K in masonry today or yesterday, one of those days. So,
I am not a furry, Memo. I am a Harani. And yes, Omega Ascended makes fun of me because I'm a Harani.
He's a K-pop Bieber guy.
See, that's what I put up with now.
Okay, that's worse. I've just decided that's worse.
Yeah, I think I would rather be a furry.
What about you, Bear? What have you been doing this week?
Man, we've just been trucking right along. We've been hitting Greater Howling Abyss real hard. We had 5 groups going last night, and 4 of the 5 made it all the way through. The 5th one made it to the last boss and just run out of steam. So, but other than that, we've been running Greater Howling Abyss pretty much nonstop. And somebody goes, Barry, when are we going to go hit that 10-man? I'm like, this is it. And they're like, Greater Howling Abyss is the highest PvE content in the game right now? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, we win. We quit. We beat the game.
You didn't tell them that the 10-man is in the northern continent, Serpent Cavern, though.
Well,
It's
there's
coming.
one you got the one that's underwater, but we still can't. We don't have access to that one either. I don't know why we don't have access to that one. Was it Dahuda's something or other? I forget the name of it. But we actually went out there and tried to get in, and it was like, nope, you're not getting in.
There's dungeons in this game?
Nope. There's bricks. Matter of fact,
I've just now figured my way around our fellowship plaza. I'm not aware that there's other places to go.
Matter of fact, right now, while I'm talking to all of you lovely people, I'm busting bricks.
He is. Memo shuffled some bricks off to Bear.
I guess I'm
So
being,
thanks all for everybody for donating bricks. We are well on our way to maximum brickage.
And Tyr, so what have you been doing this week?
I've been playing, as my guild so affectionately calls it, Meeting Simulator 2015, because I've spent about 16 hours in meetings or something this past week and a half.
Sounds about right.
No, we've done a ton of PvP. We've kind of beat Bloodlust into the ground quite a lot, and
Good deal.
yeah, getting a few things kind of reorganized. One of our members decided that they wanted to steal 4,000 gold from the guild, so had to deal with that, and then we're trying to recoup. And
Happens all over, man. We've just been there as well.
yeah. We also have a spy. Well, I don't know. I think half of Bloodlust's guild's made up of spies, and we ended up just taking like 60 packs from them off of one of their farms, and then the guy ran around and sheared all their polar bears and then let them go.
So there were naked polar bears running around everywhere. That's frightening. Awesome.
I guess it's better than naked bears running around.
Okay. I'll go with that. And Deuce, this is not your cue to stand up, so don't even think about it.
Now, good.
Oh man.
Hey, you know the deal. It's grievance cast and not wearing pants. Can't do it.
Yeah,
So-
I think I started that, man. You're a late comer to that one.
Hey, you were my mentor, remember?
Ah, there we go.
So
Now
I
we
heard
know who
there's
to
been a
blame.
couple changes recently.
In
Oh, like in chat, maybe? For the better? Like,
Well-
can't chat unless you're level 15 or higher?
That
Yeah,
lasted
now
what,
everyone's just
a
getting
day and a
medals.
half. It lasted like a day and a half till they leveled their gold seller people to 15. But it was nice for that day and a half. I loved it.
Yeah. So
Then-
I mean, now we just get medals. I don't know about you guys, but on our
Yeah.
side, we just get medals like it says it's labeled Apex in the subject, and it's like buy gold from us.
Yep, we're getting those as well. But I mean, it took like a day and a half, and the gold sellers were up to 15, and it was back.
And,
they just
Bear,
go sit in there. They just go sit in the courthouse. That way they can spam it all over the place. But yes, what?
I heard you talking about PvE content. Wasn't there a change to the Kraken?
Yes, there was a change to the Kraken. It can only be damaged by siege weapons now.
Wow.
So no more boatless attacks on the Kraken.
Nope, no more bastions tanking the Kraken. It's all boat on big Kraken fights. So yeah, that's going to make it a little bit more interesting. But they had to do that, and I'll tell you why. Is that there was a glitch with the Kraken that a lot of people were exploiting. That basically what you did is you went out and you aggroed the Kraken, then you had somebody throw up a port behind you, and you teleported through the port, and it would freak the Kraken out, and he'd be like, and couldn't do nothing, and you could just kill him without him attacking anybody. So they fixed it.
By
Well,
not
know
allowing
about that
anybody to
glitch.
attack him at this point, because nobody has siege weapons at this point, correct?
Well, siege weapons includes the cannons on the ship,
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
guiding
So-
cannons, yeah.
but
So it's
now you're going to have more galleons out there. They're going to have to rotate their aggro, and you're going to have people repairing the ships during the battle. So
And Memo, I heard there's something near and dear to your heart too about healing weapons.
Oh yeah, after I of course hit 50 and stuff, so it really doesn't affect me leveling up. And at the time when they changed this, I think I had managed to luck into the best healing weapon the guild had at the time. They added one for Hassler tokens that's even better than the crafted one I have. So that's awesome. I haven't, now that I've hit 90k on the masonry, I'll be able to go out and do some token farming. But yeah, way overdue healing weapons, in game now.
but they're all two-handed.
Yeah,
Well,
so isn't
why
that
would
kind
you
of
not-
a double-edged sword?
Yeah, why would you not use a two-handed healing weapon if you had your choice?
Well, there's a lot of folks that are using the one-handed so they can continue holding a shield.
That's correct. I mean, that's one way. But I mean, the two-handeds do more healing plus healing, right?
Yes.
And I mean, if you're going to be a cleric, you want to go pretty much with the two-handed weapon because you're standing in the back with the gear anyways. But if you're going to be, I mean, for a dungeon run, I know we have Liette running with a shield and a one-hand. She's been very successful in, dungeon groups. So, I mean, it is what it is there.
Not only did they add the healing weapon to the hostler, but they also to the hostler token quest, but they also added the two-handed to
in-game.
as the quest, a quest reward.
Yeah.
And JoJo got that one, and I'm gonna tell you, it blew my mind. The stats
What's
on
the
it.
plus?
Matter of
What's
fact,
the plus healing on it?
let me pull it up. I got it right here beside me. Hers is heroic. The healing power is 256, stamina 45, and spirit 30.
That's slightly under the crafted one I have. It's like one I have is like 268.
Yeah.
It's heroic though. I mean, just the green on that would be less than that.
So I mean, it's a phenomenal weapon. Of course, the one that comes from the token is better, but
Yep.
as far as a quest reward goes, that's phenomenal. Plus, it
That
has
was
4 sockets on it.
Yeah, that was a two-handed. Yeah, the heroics don't. Isn't that one of the things the heroics have? Is the 4 sockets?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because every heroic that I've had has had those sockets. I mean, if anybody knows different, please let us know. But I haven't seen one without the 4 sockets.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome, and that's the heroic version too, right? So.
Yeah. Now, one thing that we did notice is when you use the burnish on a on the healing weapon, you can get up to 109% bonus when you burnish something. So JoJo burnished her weapon, and she only got a 101 increase on her damage, but she said she saw a big increase on her healing power. But I was like, well, it can get better than that because that's only a 101. I was using the calculator. It's only 101% increase. So we did it again.
Burnishing a weapon, Bear.
Well, when you burnish a weapon, you actually use a tempering burnish that you can either buy off a merchant or you can buy it off the auction house. You get some of them out of the boxes and stuff like that. And you can burnish something one time until you actually get one of the unburnishing. What's it called? A regrade flux, or I think something along those lines. Tempering flux. That allows you to do it again. So once you do it once, you're going to get anywhere from 101 to 109% bonus to your DPS. With the healing weapon, what we noticed is when you do that, when JoJo got 101 to her damage, her healing went extremely high. So we took it off and did it again. The next time she got 108% to her damage, but her healing was only a 102% increase. So it's like they swap. The higher your damage goes, the lesser the healing. So we had to keep playing around. Yeah, we kept playing around with it, and we noticed that it's point for point opposite. So we don't know if that's a bug in the game right now or if that's the way it's meant to be. But we put a ticket in to see if we could get an answer, but we haven't got one. I hadn't got an answer back yet.
So here's a question for the audience. Does anybody know how many registered users ArcheAge has right now? Just throw it out there, trivia-wise.
Let me pull up that list. Oh, you wasn't asking me.
No idea. I would be interested to know if anybody knows it, though.
Over 9,000. We have over 9,000 online at all times on our server.
Over 9,000. That's hilarious.
Yes, I would have to agree that over 9,000 is probably a pretty good.
Well, when you take out the 1,000 gold sellers, that's about 8. It seems like there's more than that, but
and ding, 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 Meg is the winner. They have hit 2 million registered players in ArcheAge now. So, if you wonder why we had such huge queues and stuff, there's part of the answer. 2 million people. So now that's also includes the free to play because they're registered users also. We just don't have to wait behind them in queues if we're patrons. So that's a good thing.
Yes, that works for me.
Because I heard, no, I've never experienced this, but I heard from some non-patrons they still have huge queues. Have you heard anything about that?
I've heard a little bit. One of my guys, before we got him his patron status, was still waiting about 2 hours or so.
Wow.
In prime time to get in.
And the queues, from what we heard on the European servers, are still pretty high, even for patrons. So
I wonder why that is.
Well, before they brought out the extra servers, they had 25,000 person queues. So they was able to get those down to around 2,000, but still a 2,000 person queue, it's still a pretty long time.
Yeah, I'd say so. So since we have a nice mix of cast here, we're going to talk a little East versus West on the Shakira server. So, Bear, what do you think is... Would you let me finish my question?
Bear. Go ahead. Sorry, man.
I will bear with you.
Bear to the right. Deuce, if he stood
Spit
up,
it out, man.
Bear.
I love you guys.
Yeah, see what I have to put up with?
Bare naked
If you stood
bear.
up, Deuce, you would see your bear.
Let's
Nothing.
No, I don't. No, I will not stand up.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the guilds on the west versus the guilds on the east. Not how they compare against each other, but how you guys interact with each other.
Sure.
So, Bear, you first.
What would you like me to talk about?
How's
And-
your
and-
interaction? How's your interaction as the west as a whole?
We do have a couple of guilds that have been kind of pushing the boundaries of trying to instigate fights. We have one particular guild that seems to do everything they can other than purple up and start attacking. So it seems like that their goal is to try to irritate you enough to make you initiate the first attack. We've had a guild that went pirate, of course. We've got a couple of guilds that are, matter of fact, right now we have at least one alliance versus alliance war that's going on. But I know that there's a pretty good sized group of us that has worked extremely hard at keeping the infighting down on the west side. But we've heard that on the east side, y'all have had a lot more than what we've had to deal with. But it's not like it's not here. It's just that there is a large group of us that have worked pretty tirelessly at keeping the infighting down.
Tier, same question for the east.
Well, it kind of seems like we just got all the douchebag guilds, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Like, it just seems like we have the guys that want to try to flex their muscles and go, we own this section and no one can use this. Like, we had this little bitty small guild. Like, I mean, they're nothing. They're not even a candle in the wind. Like, I think they might have like 7 people or something, and we kill them all the time. They just like jump one of my lobies and said, yeah, we own this part of the sea. You were in our part of the sea, and it's like right off the coast of Ostera. Like, are you serious? So yeah, we have to deal with that a lot.
Wow, they control the whole sea.
Yeah, no, just that one little spot outside of Ostera, I guess. But yeah, that doesn't work. The EFA comes in and smashes people like that pretty hard.
Oh, did we just lose Tier? Oh, there's back.
There he's back. Hey, Tier, explain EFA for those who don't know the east side.
Okay, so EFA stands for Eastern Faction Alliance. It consists of about 10 guilds at the moment. There will be a few more that will be adding. That will be coming out pretty soon, hopefully. And then and then now it seems like those guilds are kind of like aligning, like Blood Moon Slayers and Bloodlust are like getting together and having an alliance, and I guess they're going to try to get us a run for money. And I don't know. I guess I'm a bit of a warmonger, so I kind of welcome the fight.
Well, have you noticed a difference since a couple of the major streaming guilds have started breaking apart?
Yeah, we get like a lot of guilds that pop up. Some of them with really inappropriate names. So like you get like a lot of like little small guilds, like the guild that tries to claim that area outside of Aurorian. So. You have, I don't know, you guys got like the big BR guilds. We have a few BR guilds on our side, like Guild of Thrones is a part of the FA and their BR guild. And they absolutely hate each other. Like, absolutely hate each other. There's like you betrayed Brazil from going to the east or something. Like, they really hate each other.
Wow.
And I don't know, I think that my view of the game is east and west. If you look at the games in terms of East and West, then you're not playing the same game that I am, or you're severely limiting stuff. Like Bloodlust gets upset at us, and they call us traitors and stuff all the time because we're aligned with you guys, which I find to be absolutely hilarious. Because they say this from their face on the ground.
Well, here's my
awesome.
question on that, since you did bring it up. How does your alliance with Grievance affect the EFA?
Actually, there's a proposal right now, and I've talked with Stillheart about it a little bit, but we're going to formally come to the table and try to kind of unite the two and become one huge player faction, hopefully in the end.
Oh, that's
We'll see
going
how
to be
that goes.
awesome.
And
Yeah, that would be nice.
that's gonna.
You talk about a big group there.
It's gonna be a powerhouse. It's gonna be interesting. I really hope that we can work a few things out, but that's kind of the plan right now.
That'd be awesome. I know that we've got a BR guild that we've had a lot of great interaction with. SSGT, which if there's anybody out there that knows what that stands for, I would love to have that answer. It's been asked 100 times, and 100 times I can't, because everybody's like, what does SSG stand for? And then everybody goes, we know that it doesn't stand for Staff Sergeant. So
True.
if anybody knows what it stands for, I would love to know. But, SSGT's been great with us. We did a big run the other night and helped Lunaticos out, which was very surprising. Those guys were awesome. Oh, Super Saiyan Gran Turismo. No, I don't think that's quite what it is. But good try, Chris. Good try.
Nice.
Staff Sergeant's more than just the United States Marine Corps, but that's okay.
It's SSG in the Army, so.
Air Force SSGT is also Staff Sergeant.
Yes, that is true. So sounds like there's a big play going on, jockeying for position for later in game then right now. Besides trying to not fight against each other so you can fight the other people that you want to fight. So
Well, we were talking about this over the last couple of days is, right now everybody's being, especially on the West, everybody's trying to be as nice as they can to each other. And we know, here in the next couple of weeks when they open the North up, the proof's going to be in the pudding, because that's when we're going to see, where people's allegiances lie and stuff like that. Because when they open that dude up, it's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. And you're going to have alliances turning on each other. It's just going to be mayhem and dogs living with cats and, just everything.
Dogs living with cats and mayhem. Awesome.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that, because here's the thing. They say oh, yeah, we support you, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as Castle becomes available, it's like, ooh, stab you in the back. Wait, 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 wait. So, yeah, I think you're right. As soon as it opens up, you're going to see who your true alliances really are and stuff.
SSGT equals Soul Society Global Team. That actually sounds pretty plausible. I have to, I don't know.
I'd say that's the winner so far.
Yeah. No, it's not Super Saiyan Gran Turismo.
No, it's Super now. Super.
Oh, Super Saiyan. Oh, trust Chris, he knows Portuguese.
So what would you say your biggest challenges on the West Side, Memo?
Getting raw bricks. Man, I haven't done a whole lot this time. I've been in since day one in Alpha, and I leveled half a dozen plus tunes from zip to 50. So in live, I've made bricks. I mean, we need them. We got a bunch of 50K miners out there that have basically broke their backs supplying the guild with stone to forward all its endeavors. So that's a lot of what I've been doing. I'm kind of at the end of that at this point. So hopefully I'll get out in the game this next couple weeks.
Now, somebody told me that you're real close to Arcmaster because of all the bricks that you've been busting. How close are you?
No, I got at least 8. How many are there? 12?
10.
10? I've got 8, yeah, so I guess I am close.
Wow.
Well, 90K, man, that's a lot of bricks. I just sent in a shipment to headquarters this morning with 8 or 9,000 bricks.
Holy smokes.
Lots of healing, lots of pots, lots of vocation tonics, but yeah, I guess Arcmaster would be my next thing.
How many bricks is it going to take for the castle walls and things like that? I assume that's what you guys are recording for.
Well, it really depends on the layout of the castle that you're going for. There's 2 schools of thought to the castle layouts, and it seems like the most pervasive right now is a double wall castle. And doing the calculations, we're probably looking at, or anybody that wants to do the double wall, because you need to have 2 gates, and then the rest can be walls and towers, however you see fit. But we're probably looking at anywhere from 80 to 120 stone packs.
Yeah, we're going for hardcore overkill on the stone. We don't want to come up with not enough. We'd rather have a lot extra.
Yeah.
And we'd had a slow patch with stone. People have really kicked it in these last couple weeks. So thanks, folks. We've gotten quite a bit in.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of depends on the layout that you want to go with, how many defensive towers and watchtowers and stuff like that. But, you know, I would say a good estimate would be, shoot for 100 stone packs, probably 40 iron, 40 wood, and you'd probably have all the material that you need to build your walls and cast your gates and different towers.
Okay.
A lot. Just
A lot.
put it mildly, a lot. Well,
Yeah.
at least they changed when we went live. They changed it so you didn't have to use Gilda stars for the walls and stuff. It's all gold now, so.
Because they did
Makes-
that in beta, didn't they? Is when they made
Yeah,
that change.
yeah.
I actually liked it better the other way. I have to admit, I really did. I liked it better when it took more Gilda stars to get everything done. Now I really think it's too easy to get a castle. Because right now, probably every guild that's out there, we talked to a guild the other night. I think they've got like 20 to 30 active members, and their goal is to get a castle. Now, not saying that they can't or that's an unrealistic goal, but you've got to have at least 75 people that you can count on for defense. And now, of course, it doesn't have to all be in your guild. You can rely on your allies and stuff along those lines, but you need to have at least 75 people because that's what the other side can bring. It's 75 versus 75. So, I mean, a good, strong guild of 100 people could easily get these materials. It's not that difficult to get the actual stuff to build the castle or to even claim it. Where they're going to have trouble is actually getting up there to get the Anya. That's where the bloodbath is going to incur. And we know there's going to be a lot of guilds up there that are going to say, we're not going to mess with trying to get the Anya. We're going to wait till they start running their packs and just kill them and take their pack. So that's something else to consider. If you're planning on, building the pack to go claim land, there's going to be several guilds that are up there waiting for you to come by so they can steal your pack.
But see, I think right there where you're talking about that's where, the alliances are going to come into effect, because if you have a diehard true alliance that's going to, have your back no matter what, that just magnifies how big your force is. And I don't care how big of a D-bag you are, you're not going to get through a mega force.
Well, and that's what we've been talking about. That's some of the strategies that we've been discussing that other people will use. What is grievance and our allies? What's the strategies that we're planning on using? And one of the strategies that was brought up is at most you can only see 200 people on your screen. That's if you go into the functions and put everybody on default player appearances, and then you can set your max players to 200. So if there's more than 200 people on your screen, you can't see everybody. They could be jumping up and down in front of you, and you can't even see their name. So that could cause issues. So one of the strategies that we expect to see is large groups. We're talking, 300 to 400 people protecting an egg. So there's a chance that you wouldn't even see the egg because it wouldn't even render.
That's very true, and that's what I was talking about. When you have your massive force up there, and we're not even talking about the forces you can't see because of the stealth and stuff.
Right.
So, because I know when Grievance comes out in force, you could theoretically put 400 people out on the field if you had to.
Yeah. That's not very unlikely. That's a pretty realistic number. That's not even really stretching it that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And we lost Deuce.
Got to call everybody, get on, blah, blah, blah. So, 400 people, and that's just within the guild. That's no allies, no nothing. So, I don't know anybody else who could actually muster that kind of force on this server. So,
well, it depends on the alliances. Of course, there's a lot of rumors and stuff like that a lot of the Brazilian guilds are working together and that they're going to help each other. Now, if that's the case, if Rising On and SGT and Lunaticos and there's a couple other ones, if they all banded together, they could outnumber us easily. So it just, I mean, that's why I keep saying this is going to be an absolute bloodbath, and the developers know that. They are going to have cameras in place with invisible GMs just to film this on every server because they know what's coming.
Yeah. This reminds me of in Rift when they opened up Conquest, and it just became 100 on 100 on 100 bloodbath. You know, forget the mechanics; they just beat on each other for hours on end because they could. So you know, when you put all those people in one area with one goal, you know it's going to be a bloodbath.
Well, I mean, the other night when we were running up there, it turned into one of the largest scale PvP battles that I've seen yet in any game. You had Lunaticos that was there, Rising On was there, Grievance had a large force there, and then you had Coalition, Slayers, Bloodlust or Blood Moon or Blood, whatever the hell they are. And it ended up being this massive battle that went from Friedich to the respawn points. There were ships firing on ships. There was fighting in and under the water, above the water. Everywhere you turned, there was fighting. And at one point, we had pushed the east side back, and they had a large group of them at the respawn point. And I looked over, and we had a lone guilty. He was over there fighting by himself against two people. So I jumped in the water to go over there and help him. And there ended up being a stealth guy there that, you know, he jumped on me, and then I had another grievance guy that showed up and started healing. So we ended up killing those guys, and I spawned my clipper. I jumped on my clipper, and one of the guys goes, dude, we've got clippers coming in behind us. And I turned around, and there was like 20 clippers that were bearing down on me. And I hit eco fuel, and man, all I could hear was like Flight of the Valkyries or something behind me. And I was like, come on, freaking Clipper, go. I'm like, we got incoming. I was like, you know, I mean, it was unreal to see that many Clippers within, you know, a far smell distance away from you trying to kill you. And it was just unreal. But we had so much fun.
I love your stories, Bear. They're always humorous.
But we've had some great fights out there. I mean, it's been fun. But I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
I'll tell you, even now, before the bloodbath opens, I have seen the best PvP fights, large scale, in this game than any other game.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyr, what's your opinion on that? I mean, you are a diehard PvPer.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. What's really, you know, if you can be lucky enough to be the one that's carrying the pack and no one can see you, that's going to be kind of legit strategy. If you crowd people around you, I don't know how like you'd have to like get your guild to format or your alliance to you know do the formation around you or whatnot, but that would be pretty interesting. I can't wait. Then we're gonna see who's who, and then after the smoke clears, I'm curious to see how it's going to change the server.
Yeah, because it will. It's the dynamics of the whole server will change in one day. Well, actually, within a couple of hours. You know, because the north is going to open, and everybody's going to have their 50K miners up there, and whoever, you know, these folks that get it first, that's going to be the tail of the tape. You know? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, brother.
He's I'm sorry, I'm watching Tyr like he's like,
yeah, we're like.
So
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Someone was telling me that my mic was screwed, so I was trying to fix it. The thing is like this cord going across the carpet doesn't help it very much at all. So hopefully it's better for you guys now.
So normally we'd go into fielding quest stuff, but guys, it's late. I've been getting crushed at work. Memo's tired too, and so we're gonna do closing thoughts. So Memo, closing thoughts.
I agree with Bear on this. It's gonna be an absolute bloodbath, and I, for one, am looking immensely forward to said coming bloodbath. So open the north already.
Bear.
I would be interested to know the day. I'm wondering if they're going to give us any heads up at all, or if it's going to be like it's happening tomorrow. Da, 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 you know. So my closing thought is give us, a time frame. Give us something, or don't, and that'll even make it more interesting. It's all about the next couple of weeks, man. The North is gonna be huge.
Tier, closing thoughts.
Domination. Complete.
Domination.
Total
Nice.
domination.
I can't even follow up after that. I mean,
Come on, Deuce. Give us
Come
the
on,
Deuce.
something.
Deuce view.
the
You
Deuce
have no
view-
beard. You have to
Deuce
give us
view.
a view.
Yeah, you'll be a
Okay.
man someday.
Excuse me.
Don't make
me
him
stand
stand
and
up.
show you.
Oh,
Oh,
Or prove
I don't
you right.
think that would help.
I'll tell you this. After switching sides and stuff, when I do get a chance to play, because work is hell right now, it is definitely a big difference on the East than it was in the West. I mean, it's almost, and I hate to say this, but it's like unicorns and popsicles and rainbows on the West compared to the East. It is just
You
nasty.
had to get that in, didn't you? You've been
Yeah.
talking about that. You had to get that in.
Had to get it in.
And you got a character that looks like Justin Bieber, and you're going to talk about rainbows and unicorns? Cut me
Hey.
some slack here, man.
Maybe that's why he's talking about rainbow.
Deuce is, yeah, he's trying to make himself feel better
Yeah,
about
he's-
being a believer.
Yeah.
I'll tell
it's
you
Warrior
this.
Beavers. Warrior Beavers.
Warrior beavers.
I do look forward to the North opening up, and I look forward to assisting Grievance in getting their castle in whichever way is possible from our side of the fence. I'm sure Tyr has a plan in mind to help facilitate that and stuff. So closing thoughts is let the bloodbath begin. I agree. Open the North. We're ready. Let's do it. Quick shout out to the COG members and their charities that they're working on. Yeah, I dropped the ball on this. If Dash, if you can throw it on screen real quick, the link to the thing, I'd appreciate it. I know I didn't give you no notice. And anybody interested in Grievance, you can go to www.grievancegaming.org. Check us out there. Check us next week on the stream. And have a nice evening.